Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the UNL Forms podcast by your very own host, Susana Reyes. So, as some of you may have noticed, or not, or but especially as some of you who have told me, I'm sorry, okay, I have been gone for like it's either 3 weeks, today being 4 weeks, so a month ago. It's been a month since I've recorded an episode and uploaded it. Um, Not necessarily anything happened, but at the same time, a lot happened. And none of it's an excuse, of course, but I was just, I was just in the trenches of life. Like, I don't know. Okay, so a little update on how my past month has been. I do remember for sure I got food poisoning over because I ate something dumb that I wasn't supposed to. And you know what? I'm gonna just tell you. I had wine one night with my friends and I brought it back home and it was like that cheap wine that you just like open like with the corkscrew or like you just twist open and I left it out and the next day I don't know what possessed me but I drank some. I just drank some and I was like, "Oh yeah, like I want to have like a little dinner and wine." Like I think I had come home from work at that point and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna drink right now." Like it sounds like a good idea. And I drank that cheap wine that's been out for and open for 24 like 36 hours at that point. And I could feel it as soon as I like started drinking it that it was making my stomach hurt and like hurt like I'm gonna hurl soon. But like hurt like something is like rotten inside of you and I was like, "What the heck?" And it wasn't the food that I made because my sister had ate the same food that morning and this food has been like properly refrigerated. So I was like, it's definitely not that because she would have told me like, yo, I don't know what you did, but the food like gave me food poisoning. Um, so I definitely think it's the wine. And this happened either the 12th, I think. I want to say it was the 12th because I remember I was gonna have like a date night for Valentine's on the 13th. Um, and I ended up canceling because my stomach hurt. Like I could not. I even like made myself throw up so I could like try to get it out and it just wasn't working. Like at that point when I tried to make myself throw up, it was like 12 hours afterwards. It was like I went to sleep and I woke up and I tried to throw it up. But at that point nothing came out. So my stomach was hurting for sure. And I had to cancel my date night. Um and then and then for Valentine's Day, we were supposed to have like a full on date day, the 13th, and then stay in and have like an intimate dinner on the 14th, just so we don't have to do like the whole, couples rush that's going on the 14th in every single restaurant. Um, and and yeah, like we only ended up doing the intimate dinner on the 13th, and on the 14th we did another intimate dinner. I think I don't remember. Okay, we just ended up not going out. Point blank period. We just ended up not going out, and my stomach was still hurting. And I was at that point. Valentine's was on a Wednesday, and I was like, dude, like, my tummy hurts. Which I know I could have easily done it, but I was just my head was in the clouds, full of love. Like, I'm not gonna be thinking about a podcast. So yeah, I had a really good Valentine's. The week after that, mm, I think I was just busy. I think. Yeah, the week after that I was just busy. And then on the third week, let me tell you, okay, on the third week, no, on the second week and the third week, I had like, I don't know what downloaded into my soul that I felt so angry. I felt so angry at life. And I was like, is this my life? Like, is this what it has become? Because I was looking at a lot of the people that I was surrounding myself with, and I was like, what is going on? I felt like for the first time I had taken off my rose-colored glasses, and and I took it to face value as to what each relationship I had meant, and how their characteristics or how their way of being meant about me. Because you attract the people that you are in the same like wavelength as. And you know tell me your five closest friends and I tell you what type of person you are, type beat. And I almost, like, I think I had like an actual psychotic breakdown. I remember and crying and like not knowing what. And I don't know, I felt irrational. I don't know, I was aghast, I was perplexed, I was dumbfounded. um so I did have to let go of some people. I chose to let go of some people for my sake, for my own saving. And that was intense. I remember being so mad. Like whenever I was putting it off, I was so mad, and I was like, "Why am I so mad?" It was like because you know what you have to do, but you're letting it go so you can be like a keep the peace person, and it's creating so much turmoil inside of you. You're like you're like a ticking time bomb. Like I feel like if the wrong person says something to you, you're gonna explode on a random bystander. Like it was so intense. I was so mad. I was so mad. And I'm not one to feel mad. I'm not one to feel angry. So I was like, "Oh, this is like really bad. This is really really bad." And mm, and once I did it, I felt better. I felt better right then and there. Like I felt so much fear, but then once I like sent the message, or sent the sign or whatever, um I felt relief that I did it. Like, okay, like there's no turning back. There's no turning back. That you literally just sent it. Like you can't say anything else no more. And then the profound sadness after that was intense, cuz yeah, I lost a friend. I lost a few friends. Yes, that is sad. But I felt like I lost a piece of myself that I was so adamant on not letting go for a long time. Like I feel like those people represented like parts of me that were mm, that were in a sense innocent, but innocent in the way of ignorance. You're when you don't know something, when you don't know better, you are innocent, right? And because at this point, in those 2 weeks, I had learned the other side of that ignorance. I was no longer innocent to continue in these relationships, or in these friendships, in these friendships, in these relationships, in my relation to others. I was no longer innocent to continue my relation with others in the way that I was doing it currently. And because I was no longer innocent in that knowledge, in that awareness, I felt so sad that I lost a part of myself, like the part of myself that was innocent, that didn't know any better. Because, you can't really feel any anger or anything negative towards him. You can only feel pity and like, I feel for you type. for them, you know? Like they didn't know any better. They were only doing what they knew with what they had. Um so it's like, yeah, like I felt like I lost a little piece of myself, and I remember crying so hard. I was like, "Oh my god, what is going on?" Also, if this camera's not focused, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just even upload it if it's blurry, because I think it just came with some heat right now. And I'm not re-recording that because that was a one take, real raw emotions type shit. Like I'm not redoing that. Um, but yeah, that happened for like 2 weeks because, like I'm telling you, like I was putting it off for so long, and it took me 2 weeks to even like do anything. But I did it, and I feel so much better. I don't know. It's like it honestly like leveled up a whole lot of everything, and nothing changed, but I don't tolerate things the same. You know what I'm saying? And then like I found some other things about some other people that were, disrespectful towards me, and like those around me, and I was like, I'm never speaking to you again. Like we're not going to key it up with each other. Like that's not, it's small, like it's really small. It's small little things that like you could just be like, "Oh, like I just am gossiping a little bit." I don't give up. I don't care. You will not speak about me or those I care about like that. No. No. No way, no how. It's not something I'm gonna let slide. And I don't know what it was, but I was like, I think I'm in my scary bitch era. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, I don't care if I scare the absolute shit out of you. Like, you've ever met somebody that you are absolutely terrified to disrespect? Like, you're scared to say anything the wrong way that will be disrespectful towards them, or even like act out of line in any way. Like, if I feel like the only person I feel like that towards is my sister. Well, actually, my family. I feel like that towards my family, and the only person who like gives that energy that I'm like, bro, I better come correct or I better not come at all, is like Leo Skeppy. I mean, yummy know him. He's like amazing or whatever. But no, like that's like a real like scary being. Like I don't know. I feel like if I ever want to meet him, I need to change some shit about myself because I don't know. I feel like okay, and this is gonna tie back. Like now with everything that I've been through, like I'm gonna have like certain requirements. Like the way that you have requirements in your dating life, I'm gonna have like a whole checklist for like new friends. Like you cannot, do XYZ, and you better have ABC characteristics because I'm not no, I'm not dealing with that shit again. I'm not letting these type of people in again. And like it's not anything towards like the new person, like the new friend I want to befriend, but cuz that person could be just like me, who I was, that I was innocent and ignorant of the other things in life, and they're just working with what they know, and I get that. I get that. But I am not going to be your teacher. I'm not going to teach you about this other side of that. You need to figure that out by yourself, by yourself. You need to figure that out for yourself, by yourself, because I feel like that's how I figured it out. I feel like that's how a lot of people figure it out. Like you are in a group of women who are, or you are in a group of people who are just like you, who don't know better, and then something happens where it just breaks and you're like, Lord have mercy, like something's not right. Something like is not sitting right with me. And that's when you break, and that's like I feel like when you break out of like That's when you break out of like a friendship circle or like just like an environment that wasn't suited for you, but by any means. Um yeah, so like scary bitch era for sure. In that probably no, I'm claiming it like I'm in that era cuz hell no. Like I want people to be like, and this is only going to happen if I execute like with the right actions for myself, like not tolerating the bullshit, not tolerating disrespect, being appropriate with people's times, being appropriate with my verbiage, mm, speaking on certain things at the right time, like not speaking like, what's that word? Secularly? I don't know. I also realized that I don't want to speak so secular anymore. Like, even though I did cuss there a little bit, but I was feeling like, I was feeling riled up, but like on normal, unaggressive conversations that don't have any like necessary like expression that need an expression like that, like I could use another word like easily. I want to be less secular in that sense. So for you get the respect that you earn, right? So I'm gonna so with the changes that I'm gonna make, like not tolerating bullshit, not tolerating the disrespect, not tolerating, late not tolerating last minute things, prioritizing my wellness, my mental health, my fitness, my body's image, maintaining my relations with people who matter, like people who you can tell are like actually good for you, maintaining relations with my family and strengthening those relationships and maintaining and strengthening certain relations that I have to certain people in my life that I see would be like great additions. There will be like additions to me, not like energy suckers or like soul suckers or anything. So, yeah. And another realization that I had was that I like this one truly pains me. And I see where it got me. Like um I realized that I was like not a good friend. I was I was not a good friend at all. And I could see how some of my friendships went the way that they did because I was not a good friend. And I was not a good friend because I didn't know any better. But now I do know better. But that's going to be a whole different episode. This, what I'm talking about, it's going to be an episode where the title is going to be, um, what's the word? Being hyper independent ruined my life. Yeah, I think I'm gonna title it that just cause like it's gonna be like hyper independence ruining your life. That's crazy. Ain't no way. How is that bad? Click, but I mean it's not gonna be clickbaity. Like it's real. Like it ruined the whole perspective of how I thought my life should have been, and it like took me away from community. If that makes sense. Like okay, but back to the topic. Mm, I'm trying to do this with like the least amount of cuts so I can like upload it fast because I want to upload this in like an hour, kinda, I think. Yeah. So I want to, like, I'm having like a really good flow of thoughts, but I also don't want to like stop too much or stumble over my words a lot. But okay, so getting back on it. Okay, I started 75 hard, and that was taking a lot of my time only because I was filming it at the same time. And I spent so much time like editing, like, bro, what? Like, at least 2 hours a day editing videos upon videos upon videos. And And it was only like 7 videos for like 7 days type beat, but well, I did 75. I restarted 75 hard once over after I initially started it. So I did at first 5 or 6 days, and then I restarted because I missed a walk on the last day, and then on the last day until I messed up, whatever, and then last Monday I restarted, I think. And okay, I was just filming. I was just filming a lot. I was trying to keep up with 75 hard and everything, and it was a little time consuming, like it took me a while to get in the rhythm of it. Okay, like I'm gonna do this right now, I'm gonna do this later, and this is, trying to incorporate it into my already busy like lifestyle. So for me to even think of a podcast, like I could have easily like put it in there, but I was so tired. Like this is coming from a girl who would go like maybe 3 times to the gym to now moving twice a day for 7 days straight. Like hell no. I was tired. I was so tired. I remember I would come home from work, take a nap, and then like at that point it'll be like 9 p.m. and then I get dressed and go walk outside. And I'm just like, what is on my life? I literally have no time no more because I'm always tired. But I am feeling better. And it was also a period week, so it makes sense why I was tired. But in my head, I'm like, no, like you were just being lazy. Like you're so fat that your body couldn't even take it. So, but that's just me. That's just me and how I talk to myself. But like, I don't take that too at heart. So don't feel like I'm bullying myself. I'm not bullying myself. Like words hurt, but sometimes, but not my words. Like my words don't hurt me type beat. Like I know I'm saying it out of love. Like I know what motivates me is like tough love. So I say it out of tough love to me. So don't think I'm like bullying myself. Like I am not no I'm not sensitive. I'm not sensitive in the fact of like things like that. Now you can call me a fat bitch all you want. I know I'm fat. The fuck? I live with myself. And that's the whole point of like my content type beat, like to not be fat no more. So but yeah. Um yeah, that's why I was like, fuck no to the podcast last week. And then I had a very detailed feedback the other day from my really good friend. If you're watching this, um, and I was like, damn, like you a food critic for podcasts or something? Like this shit was good. That was good feedback. I even shared it with my sister. I was like, look what he said. That was awesome. Like detailed, bar for bar, 2 paragraphs long. I was like, I'm gonna write this down. So, um, the only thing I didn't implement, like if you're watching this, the only thing I didn't implement is like putting a picture so like I can have something to speak to. Um, only because I feel like I don't think I'm there yet. I like looking around because I feel like it invokes the emotion. Anyways, that was like a little PS. Back to the actual video. But yeah, very, 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 very long intro with some like snippets, with some little like drops of wisdom right there. But now I want to talk on the actual meat and potatoes of this video. Okay, I know what I'm gonna speak about. I don't know what I'm gonna title this episode at all. I think it's just gonna be, it might just be like a I'm back where I've been this past month type life update. Maybe not. This it sounds cheesy, but like people eat that shit up. Like you're gonna be like, oh, like hell yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna speak on this. Um, one thing that, and maybe not a lot of people might relate, but it can be translated into every aspect of your life. Okay, content creation. Lord have mercy. I feel like at this point, I mean, I've never said it like, "Oh yeah, this is what I want to be." I don't think I've said that like in a video like how Justine's camera roll, she's like, "I want to be an influencer." And like she said that. And that is her whole intention of her content and everything like that. I've never said it. I've always just like implied it by like my consistency in posting and with the like the way that I post. Like I'm always tagging like products and like putting in the SEO, putting in the hashtags and like influencer hashtags and like trying to do this on almost every single platform like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I only did that one video, podcasting, and and I feel like you could be asking yourself like, Susanna, why are you going ham in all these platforms? Like that's what, four platforms? Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify. That's four platforms that you're trying to go all in on. And this might be bad, but I'm an all or nothing type of person, and I know that's bad. I know that's bad because, it'll lead to burnout really quickly. But I don't know, like something's telling me to do this. Like it's a burning, like hot desire. Like like I'm gonna jump out of my skin desire. No, 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 not a desire. Like I can feel it in my bones, like it courses through my vein. Like even speaking on this right now, it's getting me like I feel like I could run right now. It's getting me so excited. I don't know. I don't know. Like, ugh. And I don't even know a lot about content like that, like making content, like the word aspect of content creation that I could teach it to somebody, but I'm so passionate of making it. I'm so passionate of being in front of the camera type beat. Like I don't okay, I was telling this like little side story. I was telling my one of my photographer friends, I was like, I want to get into photography. And he was like, "Yeah, you should do it. Like it's pretty cool." And I was like, "Yeah, like it's cool. I feel like I have a good eye. Maybe, I feel like I feel, it doesn't take too much to have a good eye, but and also like editing, like I could figure it out. Like, it doesn't sound too bad, but the more I thought about it, something didn't sit right with me with photography. I was like, no, I don't think it's photography I want to do. I think I just want to be the model. And I don't know what that speaks to. I don't feel like I'm an attention seeker. Like, I don't, I don't really like care what people say. I'm not like, oh, I need the validation from others to feel good about myself. It's not that. It's not that. I just, I just like to be seen. I like to be, or I don't even know if that's it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And for my little astrology girlies, I'm a Scorpio sun, a Scorpio rising, and an Aquarius moon. Um, the only I don't know too much about astrology, but the only Leo, which I want to say is what is making me want to show off myself that I have that I can think of off the top of my head is my midhaven. My midhaven, I want to say my midhaven is in Leo, and that one is about like teachers. I if I remember correctly, don't shoot the messenger. I think it's about teachers, like being a leader, being a teacher, like showcasing yourself out in the world in a sense, if I'm not wrong. I think I remember that correctly. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know, chat. But yeah, I feel like that's why. And I remember since I was little, I I would see like the little YouTube girlies on YouTube, on YouTube, like the middle school girlies or like those white girls. They would with like the chunky glasses and all the little wristbands. They were like, oh, like how I do my makeup for middle school, how I do my makeup for this um my little trip to Target. Back then when like little trips to stores like that were like a big deal, because when you're little you don't have a lot of like knowledge of the world, so you're not thinking Dubai, you're thinking Target. Like you're like, fuck yeah, you're like, hell yeah, take me to Target. um so, and I would see those videos, like the vlogs, lifestyle type, and I was like, I want to do that so bad. I was like, I want to do that. Um, but I was always so scared. Back then, I was scared of what people would think of me, just because I was very low in my confidence. I don't know. I wasn't an ugly duckling, but I was very shy. No, I was a little ugly, but I was like kid ugly. You're just a kid, so you look a little ugly. But I was very shy. I was very soft spoken. I'm still soft spoken now, but I'm very like on my shit. Like whenever I need to speak, I'm gonna speak, and it's gonna be loud, and it's gonna be like, "Yo." It's funny. It's funny. I speak like that at work sometimes when it's like a bunch of men, cause I'm like, I'm not gonna be the little sheep that with the wolves. Like, oh hey, can you? No, hey, I need this. You got it or what? And another tangent. Oh my god. There's this guy at work that always gives me like the biggest, the biggest, like stank face when I ask him for stuff. And I'm just like, do you have this? No? Okay, thank you. Or when they try to be smart with me, like, I mean, like, does it look like I have it? Like, sometimes the cooler will be empty. I'm just like, I don't know, you tell me. Is that a no? I don't know. Well, actually, I don't get smart back with them just because that's going to be a waste of time. That's what I think about. If I get smart back with them, it's a waste of time. So I'm just like, one time they were like, does it look like I have it? And the cooler was empty. And I said, oh, so that's a no? Okay, thank you. Like, I try to make them feel stupid by trying to go out of their way to say a smart remark. And I'm just like, you could have just said no type beat with that energy of like, so that's a no? Thank you. And I just leave and I'm just like, yeah, bitch. What was I speaking about? Oh yeah, when I was little, I was very shy, very soft spoken. And back then, like, I was actually scared of being bullied in a way if anybody was to see it. And I was never bullied, maybe like one or two comments here and there from like actual mean girls and mean guys who probably were beat at home. That's why they were being mean for no reason. Um, but that's not here or there, like whatever. People don't be mean for no reason. Like something's happening in their life. So like whatever. It just happens. Um I so I just let it go. I kind of let it die. I was like, okay, well, that's I guess it's just not for me cuz I'm too shy. And for a moment I did think about like blocking everybody, but I also felt like that was too mean, and I was just like, no, like that's mean. Like they're gonna find it, they're gonna get mad at me because I blocked them because I didn't want them to see my content. Just I just thought everything I would do would be mean to somebody else. Boo hoo, whatever. In high school, it kind of completely died. Like I did think about it because I was in band, so I was like, oh, maybe some band vlogs. This would be like so cute. It would be like funny, like because there's people, there's a lot of interaction that it would be going around. But still, like I never acted on it. I just kind of like pitched the idea. I was kind of like letting go of the idea of being a content creator. And then straight out of high school, I I think I want to say that I completely gave up on it. Like I would wish on it. I would like be like, oh, this would be a cool thing to do, like me, my life as a college girl. But it was nowhere near in my line of view to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was reminiscing on a dream that I let go, if that makes sense. And then I got really fat, like stupid fat, like disgustingly fat, and like 300 pounds. And I started my content journey again, but I had it on private. I had it on private. I had it so nobody could see it, but I wanted that satisfaction of posting. And I wanted that satisfaction so bad. So I just posted it on private because I was very embarrassed as to how fat I got. And at that point, I don't know what compelled me, but I shaved my head. So I was fat and bald. Like, oh my God. Like, I felt so low on myself that I just wanted to feel lower. Like, every part of me just wanted to feel so stupidly low, like as low as I could possibly get myself, that I even took my identity of being girly and made myself look ugly. And that's not to say that people who are bald are ugly, but in my identity of like, I want to be a girly girl, you know, I want to be hyper femme, just be like very much in my hyper femininity. I stripped myself away from that completely by shaving my head. And back then I was like, no, I just did it because I wanted to. Like, I don't feel anything. And it wasn't until recently that I was like, there's no way you shaved 25 inches of your hair and you felt nothing. It just shows that I was so numb. I was so numb that I felt nothing when I shaved 25 inches of my hair. Like, that is insane. That's insane. And I feel like I'm finally feeling. It's so, so crazy. But yeah, like, I was already fat. And I think I was at my worst in my health. Like, my neck was black. Like, I remember I was so big that I would wake up every single morning and like I would stink. Like, I would just smell bad. And part of me just wanted to, I guess subconsciously, just wanted to make myself feel so shitty. So I think that's why I shaved my head and shaved my hair. And yeah, it's so weird. I don't even know why it came this way. Oh yeah, so I started my I started posting videos then, but it was on private. And then I started TikTok publicly maybe like 1 or 2 years after that, I think. Probably 2022, if I'm not wrong. And at that point I had already lost like 50 pounds, kinda, I think 30, 40 pounds on the road to 50. And and it was still a little hard. Like when I posted my first video and it got like 50 likes, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be famous. I'm like, people love me. Like I was born meant to be a star, like type shit. Like, okay, I my phone had said that you have no more storage, and I was like, I literally pay for so much storage. Like, what do you mean? I honestly don't get that. So like I said, I was posting a little bit, but it wasn't consistent, and it wasn't until this year that I felt guided by the need to speak, that kind of like kickstarted me to fully go into content creation. And it was like how I said it in the first episode, if I'm not wrong, how I felt called to do podcasting. And with podcasting, speaking and like relearning how to speak and how to speak properly, because one of my like one of my life goals is to give a TED Talk. And, you know, I don't know anything about TED Talks. I don't even listen to TED Talks. But I see like only the most affluential people being up there on that stage. Or I think, or maybe I'm giving TED Talk too much of a too much of a leverage of it. I'm maybe hyping it too much. I'm gonna start watching and listening to TED Talks, but I feel like it's hard for anybody to get on a TED Talk and give a TED Talk and have people have like an audience, a present audience there listening to you. But it's something I want to do. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna do it. Once I do that, bro, bring out the clase azul, like, and the bottle girls and like, I don't know. Anyways, with feeling guided with starting my podcast, with that, I felt very, very, very guided. Like the way that you feel whenever you take pre workout and it's just like you're ready to like move some weight, like you're like, oh, you know? That's how I felt when it came to content creation, but content creation in all platforms. I know a lot of people say like stick to one and go all out in it, but I was like, dude, I got stuff to do. I'm gonna do all of them and go all out. I'm gonna do all major platforms and go all out in those. Like, I'm not gonna wait from one to the other. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go all out on TikTok and then like hopefully it translates into my Instagram and from that like both of them like they'll want to see my life, so like YouTube, and like maybe I'll start a podcast one day. Like, no, 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 no. And like, a lot of the content creators, like content strategists could be like, girl, you're doing it so wrong, like you're just gonna bring yourself out. Maybe. But shit, if I make it, let me be the first one to make it and be like, yeah, I did it on all four platforms. Like, I say four, I'm speaking TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, like Spotify as in podcasting. Um, Let me be the one to do all four. Like, I don't know. I feel like if it's this alive in me, in my soul, I think it has to be true. I mean, I don't know if that's delusion. I really don't know. I've never been to therapy, but I feel if something feels very, very much real, like if I feel like I could breathe it out and you would literally see it and it would come to life. That's how much of a like a like it's so real to me. I just need to do it. So I'm just like, dude, like just do it. It's gonna be okay. And it and like I was posting every single day on Instagram just so just so I can like get data faster. Cause you know how they say like, oh, try to like redo your strategy every 3 to 6 months. I was like, I don't got 3 to 6 months. I need to do this now. So I just started posting every single day. I was like, okay, what's the data like? What's up? Like, how are people reacting to these? And like I did see some things. So I was like, okay, re-strategize, re-strategize. So I'm like, I feel like every single week, every 2 weeks, I'm like re-strategizing, and it's getting like better little by little. So I have hope. I have hope, and I guess this goes with something else. Like, I realized that because I've never been consistent with anything, like with the gym, with the way that I'm supposed to eat, it's like reflecting into my content. Cause I'm like, okay, I've been posting every single day for like almost 2 weeks. Like, what's going on? And I have seen some growth. I have. But you know how like there's like those content strategists, they're like, how I went from like 0 to 10K in like 2 months. And I'm just like, dude, I'm 2 weeks in. That's like a fourth of it. And I'm only up like 20, 30 followers or like subscribers. No, followers. And I'm just like, no, like I must be doing something wrong. And I was like, no, like you're doing the right thing. It's gonna be slow at first. It's like I feel like the first few weeks, few months, maybe even few years are just a test to see who has it and who doesn't. And I'm just like, no, like you gotta keep on going and, try new things. That's part of the re-strategy. The and like it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. I just need to keep on going. Like, God. But and that was like one of the rude awakenings. I was like, dude, like, and another disgusting awakening that I had was I was I don't know what it was, but I just wanted to move out of my job so bad. But this was during the time where I felt very angry. Those 2 weeks that I told you that I felt really angry, and I just wanted to move my job so bad. I wanted to like let go of my whole life and just start a new one and everybody in it. And I was like, bro, what's going on? So I was looking at other places to apply, and I was like, dude, every single place that I want because it pays more, you need like an associate's or a bachelor's because at that pay rate that you're looking for, it's only like even though it's only a few dollars, like they're looking for degrees, and I'm just like, bitch, you ain't got no degrees. You were stupid and you did dumb stuff and you got no degrees. And you're like 24 now with no degrees. Like, and it gave me the biggest existential crisis. I was like, am I really gonna work 40 hours a week every single week with hopes of maybe like a vacation here and there? And like at the point that I'm at, I'm like, dude, like I'm barely trying to save up. Like I'm at the point where I can save up a little bit, but it's not enough where I can take trips or willy nilly and still have savings. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, how am I gonna get out of this hole? And I was like, okay, what if I get a second job, like a waitressing job? And it hit me even harder. I was like, am I really going to work 40 hours at a retail and then another 40 hours at a restaurant? Is that what I'm gonna do? Is that what my life is gonna be? And I was like, wait, but you're trying to lose weight. Like, how are you gonna, still go gym? And I was like, okay, maybe I could go gym, but am I gonna work 16 hours and then go gym for another 18? There's only 24 hours in a day. Am I only gonna sleep 6 hours every single day? And I was like, wait, but I'm a woman. Like, there I feel like women require more sleep, for your cortisol, your hormones, and, for your collagen, like to keep the complexion of your youth, alive. And I was like, hold on, I don't want to age fast either. And I was like, dude, what am I going to do? Like, I don't want to look old in like 2 years because I decided to like do the most, like work wise, and overstress myself. And I was like, no, 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 like, I got to do something else and you see a lot of success and you see people's lives change with content creation. And I was like, I'm gonna have to make this work. And this is me being fully transparent. Like, I want to be like a content creator so it can ease up my life. Like point blank period. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with me being transparent and being honest in saying that because that is very true. And I feel like if you don't want that for people, like that's just mean. Like I want people to be financially like super stable that they don't have to worry about anything. Like I don't give a heck how you grab it. Like obviously in ethical ways. Duh. Like this is me doing it ethically. Like content creation for, to share my experiences and everything, like to help somebody. That is me doing it the ethical way, like I feel like if anybody comes at me like, oh, you just want to be a content creator for the money, you just want to live an easy life, you just want to like have money, like money's bad for you, I was like, ain't shit funny when you're broke. What do you mean money's bad for you? Like I have a family, like I have health issues, like you don't want me to be healthy, you don't want my family to be fed. Like if anything, you're the bad guy. for me wanting to have a little bit of money, to have a better car, because my car has stopped in the middle of the freeway, like it has completely like shut down, and it's still going 60, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? You're telling me you don't want me to have a better car for myself, like so it can transport me? What if I had my niece in there? And that's the end of two lives. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting money. I want money. Like, what's not clicking, Steven? I need some money. Uh, I don't know why this turned into like hating on people who demonize money, but like, money makes life easier. That's it. It just makes life easier. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to be a content creator. I have an actual passion for it, and if I can monetize it, like two birds, one stone. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, yeah. This was like a life update and also a just like a what was on my mind today, like heavy, like disgustingly heavy, like you better talk about me, elephant in the room type heavy, you know? So yeah. I also want to do Q&As like at the end of these episodes, but I feel like I don't know. And this is probably like a little bit of like judgment coming in. Like I feel like if I post hey guys, if y'all want to submit some questions for my next episode, and then nobody says anything, I'm going to be so embarrassed. Like yeah, I'm going to be embarrassed, and I'm going to feel a little goofy cuz I feel like on my stories I don't have the biggest engagement. I don't have the biggest engagement all the time. Sometimes I do, but when it comes to like polls, like questions like that, like not a lot of people like submit like answers, or I mean questions or whatever. So I'm just like, I feel like nobody's gonna say anything, but I was like, might as well just start somewhere. Don't matter if nobody says anything. I feel like in the next episode I could be like, so I did a ask me questions for my next episode thing story, and nobody said anything. So that's my reality. I feel like I could say that. And I feel like that's gonna be real as fuck. Like, sometimes people just don't answer to the things that you say, and like that's fine. You know, I'm starting at zero literally. So if nobody says anything, it goes in accordance to where I'm at, if that makes sense. So like I'm trying not to like think too much on it, but it's like a little like it's like stubbing your toe. You're like it's gonna be okay though. Like it's gonna be all right. Um. Mm, I never know how to start or end these videos. I don't know. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I actually found myself more in flow this time. And for the last two episodes, I did find it harder to keep a steady flow in my words, which you may or may not see because I did cut out most of those like spaces in the first two episodes. But for this one, I found myself naturally speaking faster, naturally speaking like fluently, like in flow. So I don't know. I'm excited. I do find myself speaking a little like choppy right now, only because I don't know how to end this. I don't know how to end this. I'm just like, but to just cut it to the chase. This was another awesome episode to record for the You in All Forms podcast, and I can't wait to see you in the next Wednesday episode. Bye.